Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Tonight we're going to be going over the Oklahoma City Thunder's absolute drubbing of the Portland Trail Blazers. The Blazers finish out their scrimmage slate at 0-3, and there are some issues we got to go over. Now, Eric handled the last stream. Huge shout out to Eric, because if it wasn't for Eric, you guys would not have had a stream on Sunday to go over that second scrimmage, just because I had to work and I had to, chase that money. But Eric handled it, did a great job. It was kind of fun to have some entertainment while I worked. It was kind of fun to have you on my car speakers instead of Chad doing. I don't know what it is with YouTube. I'm sure your volume was fine, but it was kind of quiet, so I had you turned up to max, man. I wanted you loud in my car. I wanted the people on the street to hear your voice, But yeah, no. So that was fun It's fun every now and then to take a step back and watch Eric handle it on his own. So, good job.
Yeah, thanks for letting me do it.
How'd you think you did? How would you compare it to like the first couple times you were in solo with it? Do you think you did a better job, or what do you think?
Definitely better than the first couple times. The first few minutes were rough because I was having trouble figuring out how to do a few things. But I think after about 10 minutes or so, I felt like the rest of it went pretty smooth. But
Gotcha. I'm kind of confused because I just go live and then I don't do anything. So what were you struggling with?
I was trying to do the picture in front, when you go live and have it muted.
Gotcha.
And I couldn't figure out how to, no matter what I did, the picture wasn't fitting the screen. It would either be you could always see the poor part of Portland or BLA of Portland Blazers.
Yeah.
And then I just made it small and put it in the corner, and I was like, screw it.
I gotta give you the right files for that because I'm back on your screen. So what's going on? The Blazers today were just not. I mean, it's fun that basketball's back, but the Blazers today were kind of brutal to watch. I don't know where you want to hop into this. Because, I didn't get to talk about the second scrimmage either. So, basically, we'll talk about the third scrimmage, but I feel like most of it... Are we
lagging?
Yeah, like always. Let me try and... It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen here and there. It's how it always is. But, we're back. Yeah, I mean, it's just how it's always going to be here. In this house, that's how it's always going to be with the lag. Just got to grunt through it. But, so what I was saying is, I think, this stream, yeah, we're going to recap this game specifically, but I feel like a big part of it is just going to be recapping the three scrimmages as a whole, because I feel like there were some common themes throughout the first three scrimmages, no matter who is on the court, no matter who is out. There were some common themes that we saw earlier on in the season that continued into these scrimmages. So do you just want to hop into the 3-point defense, because that's one of the things? You want to just hop straight into that?
Let's just talk about some particular things from the game quick, and then
yeah,
we'll go into.
We can start positive. We'll start positive.
More overall.
Let's start positive. You're right. Positives from this game start off with Anthony Simons, who dropped 23 points, shot the ball well, hit some threes, and he's just such a weird player to figure out because he has games like this, you know what I mean? He has games where it's okay, that's the potential that we're talking about. That's what we were, that's the Anthony Simons we envision him consistently becoming, But then he has games where he just can't buy a bucket, can't hit an open three, can't really do anything. But this game tonight, earlier today, was one of those games where he showcased his flashes and played very well and dropped 23 points. And, I mean, it was nice to see. Hopefully it helps his confidence going into the 8-game restart, but I'm not really expecting one game to help his confidence because he's had games like this and he's followed them up and struggled. You know what I mean? He has flashes like this. So, I'm not going to sit here and say oh, my opinion on Anthony has changed, because it hasn't changed at all based on one game. We know he can have games like this, It's just he needs to do it consistently in order to help this team, and I'm still waiting for him to consistently put games like this together.
much like Zach Collins, in my opinion, of him, how he needs to play with better players and not like scrub bench units. I'm starting to get that same feeling with Ant, that the less responsibility he has to run the offense or set things up, I feel like the better he would play if he doesn't have to worry about that. And even though he started at point guard tonight, we ran the offense pretty much primarily through Nurk in the high post.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like that took a lot of pressure off of him to just relax and be himself and shoot the ball. And he actually had some really good times where he cut to the basket and scored that way.
Yeah.
And doing things like that would really help him as he struggles to learn the other facets of the game that we've talked about, how CJ also struggled in some of those types of situations when he was younger. And I feel like if you can kind of ease him in, and then talking about like your third and fourth year picking up more of the offense and becoming more of a point guard, instead of just saying, you need to be the point guard, you need to run the offense, and you need to work on your scoring, and you need to do this, and you need to play make and do all this stuff. I feel like it's just much better for him if he's kind of hidden with some of the better players and could just be himself, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, I spaced on that. I got a very strange DM that I'll have to answer after this stream. No, I can't really talk about. Yeah, I mean, so what's your idea in order to get him, like, rotation-wise, going into this restart? Well, how would you like work the minutes around in order to get Anthony playing next to players that would help Anthony be his best?
See, I was thinking about that during the game too, because you can't like start him or whatever. Yeah, obviously, but I feel like if we had Melo and Whiteside in the second unit, like those kind of guys would help take some of that pressure off him. Like the better the second unit is, I think the better, at least on the offensive end. Defense is always going to be a struggle with our second unit, I think, no matter who we put in there.
The problem with like a Melo Whiteside pairing, though, is that I feel like Anthony has too much responsibility in terms of like playmaking, right? You know, so like I think it would, if there was a way to work the rotation, so Anthony got some minutes next to like Melo and Nurkic, and you know like. Yeah, CJ, I assume, you know, well, Anthony's going to be playing next to one of the guards, so I guess that would take some of the pressure off him. I'm curious. Like, I will probably tweet out a picture, like, the preferred rotation. Like, I mean, preferred, you start Gary Trey, and we can talk about that in a little bit, but they're going to start Melo, so I'm just trying to think about, like, how exactly they can best, like, work in, like, a guy like Simons into that.
Yeah, if Trent started, and then you had basically CJ, Simons, Little, Melo, and Whiteside as your second unit. I don't know. I feel like that's about as good as you can get right now. In the future, you might want to do things like maybe when you take CJ out early in the game to have him come back with the second unit, put Anthony in instead of Trent. And that's going to seem weird since Trent's so much better right now than him. But like I feel like Trent could also cover other positions that aren't necessarily the shooting guard. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm not convinced fully that he's ready for that role even right now. I just feel like he does better when the pressure's kind of off him. Because even in that game against Sacramento when he had 37 and 9, we had like Myers Leonard bringing the ball up for a good portion of that game. Like it wasn't necessarily Ant like just taking over the game with like not passing and just like dribbling down the court and doing all that stuff, because he was getting pressured by guys like Yogi Ferrell and stuff, and he was having trouble dribbling against those guys. So, but his shot looked really smooth tonight. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, his shot always looks smooth, you know. I still think that thumb flick that he has messes him up, which coaches will say never thumb flick the ball, but the best shooter in the history of basketball thumb flicks the ball. So it's like, obviously, you can still be a phenomenal shooter with a thumb flick. Like Steph Curry flicks his thumb through, you know? So it's not something that will stop you from being a great shooter, but it is something that can cause you to struggle at the same time. And I've wondered how much of that thumb flick is causing him to struggle. Because, I mean, like, his form looks, honestly, like, his form looks the same every single time. You know, his form looks great, like smooth, usually on balance. Like, it's one of those forms where it's like, it looks good. It doesn't go in as much as you think it should based on just looking at his form. So I wonder if that thumb flick is something that has caused him to miss some shots. Because he definitely has one.
And I definitely think like cutting and getting a dunk in the first half of games can get him going sometimes too. Because we saw that like I think it was against Miami, where he had a few like really nice dunks.
Yeah.
But like it's because he was like cutting to the basket and getting lobs and like I feel like if he can just get like an easy bucket going to the hoop where he's not having to drive himself and score, like he's getting a good pass. But that's always bothered me about the whole offense because in the first scrimmage game, CJ was cutting a lot too, and he was getting easy buckets. But I just wish we'd do more of that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why I think like he and Nurkic are potentially a good pairing because Nurkic can play make and Nurkic can feed Ant. You know, so not only will Nurkic take the pressure off Anthony to play make, he can also help set Anthony up and get him going. So I think
Maybe
for first halves of games, you sub Nurkic out early, then sub him back in with the bench unit. Maybe do the same with like Melo, and you get a bench lineup of CJ, Simons, Trent, Melo, and Nurkic, and then like you finish first halves with Whiteside. You can't really do that in the second half because I want Nurkic ending games, being in there the last like 3-4 minutes. So maybe you'd have to do a little something different in the second half, but. I'll try and think of it, and I'll mess around on 2K, right? And you got 2K now, so you can do the same thing. So you've done My League, right? You ever mess around with the minute by minute rotation screen?
Oh yeah, you have to.
Yeah. So I'll screenshot one of those and put out like what I think the rotation should be. Of course, Melo is going to be starting because we know that's like a foregone conclusion at this point. I just wonder, like, with Melo starting at the 3, okay, how can they best set up their bench unit to be, cohesive in a way? So
yeah, it is going to be really interesting what they do to close out games. I mean, all these who starts and what the rotations are one thing, but if we don't have our most optimal lineups in at the end of games, I mean, like, screw people's feelings at this point. We need to win games.
Yeah. So Anthony played well, though. It was nice to see him play well. Still not somebody I'd count on, though.
The only thing, so he had 5 assists in the first half, 15 and 5, I think, at halftime. And then he finished the game with 5 assists, so that's a little disappointing that he didn't really they weren't passing the ball as much in the second half. I think he only had 8 points in the second half. I mean, it's still a good game. I just wish he would have like played similar to how he did in the first half in the second half, which I didn't feel like happened. But
yeah, Zach Collins played well as well. 4 for 4. Hit both threes he took. His form looks good. I think that's like the one big you can rely on to consistently hit threes. And I mean,
another good post move too.
Another good post move, yeah. So I like what I'm seeing out of Zach. Nurkic hit another 3. Yeah, for real. Collins and Nurkic is better than Nurkic and Whiteside. No doubt about it. Like if Collins doesn't start, I think he will start based on everything we've heard and just based on common sense. But if he doesn't start, man, I will be ranting before the first tip off back. Like I'll already be ranting.
That lineup I'm out.
Oh man, that'd be frustrating. But yeah, I mean Zach looks good. Nurkic hit another 3, but. Still, man, he's still not shooting a good percentage even during these scrimmage games because he went 1 for 5 in scrimmage number 2, and then today didn't he go 1 for 3?
1 for 3, yeah.
Yeah, so that's 2 for 8. That's 25%. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't. People talking about like, oh, we can play Nurkic and Whiteside together because Nurkic can shoot threes. Look how he's shooting in practice. And I was telling him like. We've seen him shoot decently in practice before, right? And we've heard this talk before, and then he struggled, You can't rely on a guy to be a three-point shooter if he's only going to shoot 25%. We haven't seen him shoot, like, at a higher clip than that, because it would just be...
Haven Griffin said lag. Yeah, it completely went away on my end. I don't know.
Lag, man.
Nope. It's out again. Damn.
I'm so annoyed at this fucking internet, dude. I don't even care if anybody...
Oh, there I am. Tori's gone. Oh, but now it's out again. I keep cutting out and coming back. Am I muted or can you hear me? Okay. I think we're good now. But the weird thing is, I don't know if it's completely the internet since I can still hear you. Like the Skype call doesn't drop.
Yeah, that's what doesn't make sense about it. That's what makes no sense. Like, if we were completely lagging out, why can I still talk to you?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what makes no sense about it. I don't know if I need to like switch back over to the older OBS or something. I don't know. But it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. I don't... It looked like I was flipping you off for a second because I was flipping
Russell, first round exit Westbrook, says, unfortunately for Tori's Wi-Fi is less efficient than Nurkic's for 3.
I mean, we'll have streams with no problem for like 3 hours, so...
But as for Nurkic, though, I mentioned this in the other stream, that if he just makes one more 3, I mean, he's shooting 37.5% versus 25%.
I know, it's
right?
just a small sample size, you know?
Yeah, it's just, that's the frustrating part. It's like, should he keep shooting, thinking that maybe he gets hot from 3, and then once he gets hot one game, then it's a lot more comfortable and more of them fall? Because a lot of them are just rimming in. He had one where he kind of rushed it tonight, and it was way short. But other than that, they seem like he even backs up sometimes. Like he thinks they're going in, and then he's surprised they don't. So I kind of like the confidence, but he's got to shoot better than probably 30% to keep shooting him. So I'll give him a few games to keep trying. And if he's open, like I feel like just shoot it. But Whiteside had one tonight where he had a guy in his face, and he kind of shot like a fadeaway almost 3-pointer. And I felt like that was just like, okay, Nurk's hit a 3, Zach's hit a couple 3s. I need to get in on this action. I'm shooting this 3. Like that's what we don't want from any of those 3s or 3 players.
He probably doesn't do that if it's a real game, though.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like that's a scrimmage, like, yeah. You know.
I just hope with all 3 of them, they only take the 3 if it's open and it's a good shot versus, like, trying to, like, one-up each other or something and trying to prove that one of them can shoot better than the other one or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't... Because people were talking about how Nurkic and Whiteside can play together because of, look at Nurkic's 3-point shot in practice. You know what I mean? It's like that. You're going way too far with the practice clip. We still haven't seen Nurkic prove it. And him and Whiteside aren't proven 3-point shooters. Like, when they've been on the court together, I feel like there hasn't been a ton of space to work with. And it hasn't just hasn't, like, looked good. You know what I mean? It's just like it doesn't really provide much of an advantage either because we're not posting up whatever center is against the power forward, you know what I mean? Like, we're not creating mismatches, right? If anything, with Whiteside and Nurkic on the floor together, we're having more defensive mismatches. Like, for some reason, we keep ending up with Nurkic on a point guard. We would have Nurkic on Lowry. We'd have Nurkic on SGA today multiple times. And getting back in transition, you'd get cross-matched with one of our centers, you know, Whiteside or Nurkic on a perimeter player, and all these mismatches. Yet on offense, it's like, okay, if you're going to run a Twin Towers lineup with 2 centers, you gotta...
They're both, like, hanging out around the 3-point line.
Yeah, instead of, like, you know, taking advantage, like, if Nurkic is guarded by Gallinari, you know, Nurkic posts him up, right? That could possibly be an advantage from running a 2-center lineup. Instead, you have Nurkic trying to be like a stretch 4 and just sitting outside the arc shooting 3s. You know, it just doesn't make sense. It's just not utilizing utilizing the team to, their best strengths. So I'm just not a fan of that lineup. We haven't really gotten to see it play with Dame and CJ, so who knows what that would look like. I just have never been a fan of the idea of that lineup, and I'm still not.
The stream's working fine for me, but everyone's saying it ended.
I don't know, man. I'm going to punch my computer screen, I swear.
Can you guys hear us? I still see us. I don't know. People are saying yes, we're good. I don't know what other people are talking about.
Bro, I am like trying not to rage at this internet. Like, I'm not even playing.
Destrom says to punch your monitor anyway.
Bro, I want to. Like, I am getting so sick of this shit. It sucks, like, having 35 viewers and seeing it drop to 10, because, internet, like, that's how I know the internet is like the viewers just drop. So ridiculous, man. I've been dealing with just BS all day, too. Like, I wanted to come chill and talk about basketball. Instead, this goddamn internet. Because I still think it's lagging. Right now, it's good.
Tweet out that the stream is back up.
Yeah, and then it's down in 2 more minutes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
No, Chris, we haven't talked about Trent yet. But yeah, so I feel like what's happening a lot is we'll switch a pick, and then the ball will get swung to the opposite side. And I noticed probably double-digit times in this game where there was a center on a guard and a guard on a big man on the opposite side of the court from the ball. All you have to do in that situation is switch back. Just really quick, run, say, I got this guy, you got that guy, and it should be natural. You should just be like, recover to the guy. But instead, the big guy stays with the point guard and the guard stays with the big guy, and then the ball gets swung back around, and then it's a mismatch when we could have easily solved that mismatch from happening if we just had a quick switch back on the off-ball situations. I don't think you're paying attention to me, so.
You can keep talking, though. I'm tripping out over the internet trying to figure if I can do something about it.
Okay. I was like talking to you about something specific, but whatever.
Yeah, no, I got my mind hung up on this internet, my bad. And my computer's just doing the most right now, so...
Chad, do you know what I'm talking about?
You were talking about how they aren't switching back when they can. Switching off of mismatches back into better matchups. That's kind of listening. But okay.
But yeah, in order to have like a good defense, you have to be able to recover back once you're not on the ball and not in danger of letting a line drive go to the basket. So if you're not able to do that, you're never going to have a successful switching defense if you can't rotate properly on the backside of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish we would just not switch in the first place. Like...
We can't switch if we have the big lineup. We have to just, like, trap or pressure and recover.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I hate to say this, but it always seems like we're just trying to show that something doesn't work so we can go back to our old reliable drop coverage and not have to worry about it anymore, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're back. Oh, there we go. So Chris asked if that's because of laziness or because they don't notice the times to switch. And to me, if you were being coached how to do that properly, it wouldn't be an issue. But the problem is we don't really switch that much unless we have to. So I feel like it's not laziness. It's just that we don't know how to do it properly, which is concerning. But yeah, I mean, a little bit it's laziness too, but like you have to have guys that are smart enough to recognize there's times you can switch back, um, and that has to be coached into players who don't know how to do that. So
Yeah. Westbrook says just speak through the lag. That's kind of how I feel at this point. I remember when we would play Dallas, Dirk, you'd end up with just automatically switch it.
all right, we refreshed again, and we're back. Tori with the stomping like an elephant down the. Yeah, the only thing I'll say about the switching is I hope we were just trying not to show our hand for what we're planning on doing with the bigger lineups. Um, I don't know if that's going to be the case, and we need to practice it with our actual lineups. So that's a problem. But I'm really hoping we're just trying to keep it vanilla during the scrimmages so that we're not trying to show too many teams what we're going to implore once the actual games count. But I don't have a lot of faith that that would be correct. Yeah, we had basically a whole nother training camp. They could have implemented some better defensive strategies, but yeah. Stotts is a great coach. Have faith in him. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but yeah. Um, the thing is, like, I want to believe in Stotts and hope that he can figure things out. But the fact that he's starting Melo at the 3 and is questioning whether to start Whiteside or Collins when it's, I mean, in my opinion, I don't think it can be more obvious that Collins and Nurk need to play together and that they're a great pairing. And they're, I mean, every time they've taken the floor together, I felt like it's been good. But yeah, it could be a little bit of, I mean, they promised Melo, I guess, that he'd start. They kind of don't want to, hurt Whiteside's feelings, I guess. But to me, you're not a good coach if you're coaching based on that kind of stuff. And that's been my problem with a lot of the stuff Stotts does. I mean, it's smart on his part to get Dame and CJ and guys like that to like you, because once you have them always having your back, there's times like after the Pelican series when you were going to get fired and you have Dame and CJ standing up for you, and there's something to say about longevity and stuff like that and getting guys to like you. But I feel like in this situation, we have to play the best lineups and not worry about people's feelings. And I've said this before, if people's feelings are being affected by whether they're starting or not now, it says a lot on whether it'll work next year as well. So if guys like Mel and Whiteside aren't willing to accept that role right now, then what are we going to do next year when Nurk and Collins are healthy? Collins is still young. He'd be a whole year better. Nurk will be better coming off playing some games. So
Just because I'm pissed.
down to 5. You should have me set it up so if there are problems, I could try running it on my end to see if it's YouTube or
No, it's definitely my internet.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah, for like the 30th time. Now we'll be gone for the 31st.
Westbrook says Clay's told me he still likes York. Yeah, I'm still friends with Clay's. Yeah, not going to deny that. Yeah, obviously it's a lot harder to talk to him since he's not part of the streams or Discord anymore, but yeah. But yeah, back to the lineup. So Alex says, are these stagnant coaching philosophies just a function of Stotts trying to protect job security? Um, I feel like it is. What's up, Bruce Davis? Good to see you as well in here. Sorry about all the technical difficulties, guys. But yeah, I feel like when you have a guy like Melo, guys like Damon CJ, you have to have a little bit of pleasing them. And like I said, if we promised Melo he was going to start no matter what, then that kind of screws up anything. But I don't understand why you couldn't go to him and say, like, I know we said that then, but we weren't expecting there to be a virus and for Zach and Nurk to be healthy this season. So, like, reasonably, I don't know why you can't go to him and say, hey, like, why not just come in and help this team off the bench? And then if you're playing well, you can close out games and stuff or whatever that you want to tell him. But, like, if he's not willing to accept that role, like I said, what do you do next year? Because we're not going to have Melo, Whiteside, and Nurk starting next year together. And if we do, Stott should be fired immediately because, yeah, Collins and Nurk should be the starting 4 and 5. And then if Ariza's back, he's probably best suited to be the starting 3. And then you got Damon CJ. And then you could have a kick-ass bench. But if people aren't buying into that now, I don't think that looks good for how it'll work out next year. And we might have to do some drastic stuff like what Tori mentioned with bringing in a guy like Bielitsa or a different type of player that would be fine coming off the bench.
Yeah. Yeah. We've actually been good for 2 minutes. Wow.
So Clay's is hacking it, and he only hacks it when you're there because he only likes me, not you. That's the working theory in chat.
Fight him for my internet. Did you get on his ass? Whose ass? Clay's ass? Yeah, I just went and beat up Clay's. That's what I was gone doing. So any like hiccup is like him like twitching out, you know. Oh, that's too funny. You guys started that joke. I just ended it with that. Rest in peace, Clay's. Anyway. Sorry, I'm just pissed off right now because we can't have a fucking stream.
It seems to be working now. We're good.
I mean, I guess I gotta keep the door open. I guess.
That seems weird, but yeah.
Which is annoying, but
let's talk about Trent for a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Trent had a pretty good game. He got hot in the second half, especially. He was kind of let Ant do his thing in the first half. But he finished with 19 points on 7-11 shooting and 5 of 6 from 3. Obviously, that's great. He likes playing the Thunder. But yeah, we definitely need his shooting right now because
he's wet like that water you drank. Got you.
We don't really have a lot of knockdown shooters right now. We're missing a guy like a Curry who can just come in and it's going in most of the time when he shoots it. So we need guys like Trent to shoot 40+% from the 3-point line in this restart, or else we're going to really struggle spacing the floor with all the big lineups.
Yeah. Yeah, he should be starting.
Yeah.
My mind says so negative. He should be starting though, bro. Like, he he's hitting shots. He's attacking the rim. He's hitting in the mid-range. He's hitting threes. He's playing good defense. Like, he should be our starting three going into this restart. Like, I honestly don't think as our starting three, he'd be a downgrade from Ariza. Like, he's a little bit shorter. That's the only area where he might be a downgrade. But, like, he defends bigger than he is. You know what I mean? Like, so... you know what's gonna happen is when with our defense is struggling, right? If it struggles during this restart, people are gonna say, "Oh, we need Ariza. You can't, our defense can't be good with Melo starting at the 3, but Stotts has no options. We need Ariza." Well, you got an option in Gary Trent, who's getting completely overlooked. I feel like.
Well, we already got someone saying that to us on Twitter today, right?
Yeah. I mean, like. Bro,
what are you supposed to do on defense? They don't have Ariza. Mm-hmm. Like, well, we can't change that. Like,
all season was, what are you supposed to do on defense? We don't have Collins and Nurk, and now we got them back, and we struggle, and now we don't have Ariza. Sorry, I'm ranting. Fuck.
Yeah, I cannot go as far as your take there. I felt like, especially with how Ariza played on the Blazers.
That's not who he is, though.
I know, but I mean, I can only base it off of what was best for the lineup right now with how he played for our team. And he shot 40% from 3. He created a lot of turnovers. He got some easy baskets on runouts and pass-aheads that we normally don't have.
But that's everything Trent does too, though. Like, Trent shot 39% this year, right? You know, those runouts and that type of thing, forcing turnovers. Like, I feel like Trent does a lot of the same things. So that's why it's like it's a seamless fit. In my opinion.
Trent's really improved his on-ball defense, but I feel like Ariza's just so much more savvy and aware. I'm not saying Trent isn't. He just is too young to know a lot. Like, the experience that Ariza has gives him the advantage in my part.
I mean, I get it, but
plus, like, you can put Ariza on like a LeBron James. You can't really put Trent on him.
Yeah. I think you could. I think Trent would compete. He's strong, man. He's strong. Yeah, he's stronger. I think he might be stronger than Ariza.
Trent's played really well the second half of the season, and so far in these scrimmages and stuff. I just think we're getting a little far, like saying he's already better than some of these guys just because of a few defensive stops. He still has several mental lapses off ball on defense and stuff like that. And he's not good at getting through screens. And that's one thing Ariza is really good at. That's probably one of his best strengths is that he can navigate through screens and not have to switch like almost everyone else on the team does.
Yeah, I mean, I get the argument for Ariza. I just think we got a guy who does a lot of the same stuff, and we're not starting him at the 3, and I think that's ridiculous. So... because honestly, if we want to go on Melo, because he struggled, if we want to go on him, you can say what you're going to say.
I completely agree that Trent should be starting. I'm just saying if Ariza was there, Ariza should be the starter, not Trent. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, but the fact that it's a debate means like, okay, since we're missing Ariza, Trent should be the starter, man. Like, it's so clear and dry, but. So, Melo, man. Melo is he's just, I don't know. I'm in too negative of a mindset for some people, probably.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is the point of even playing Melo in a scrimmage like this when every time he gets the ball, he shot like a 15-footer today, right?
Yeah.
And he missed his first 7 of them. He hit 4 like right in a row right before halftime, and then everyone's like, "Oh, Melo's so awesome!" But like in these scrimmages, you're trying to work on sets. You should be at least. Mm-hmm. You're trying to work on rotations and how players play together. If you're just gonna give the ball to Melo and let him go 1-on-1 and shoot a 15-footer every time and not pass, I just don't see the point in that. Like,
yeah.
Don't play him in the scrimmages. Like, save that because he doesn't need to practice that. He knows how to do that. And that's like, I mean, he's been doing it for like 16 years or something.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't need a scrimmage to know how to shoot a mid-range jump shot or to like run an offense where we just give him the ball and everyone clears out and he's not going to pass it. Like, I feel like why aren't we using this time to run sets and do some different things that maybe you could say, hey, that worked out. Maybe we should come back to that at some point later on. But yeah, it's just that's my only problem with Melo right now. And like I said, if he was doing this off the bench, where our bench is struggling, and you're just like, you know what, we can't buy a bucket right now. Let's just keep going to Melo. Like that might be okay. I wouldn't have as much of a problem with it. But the fact that like he's taken possessions away from guys like Zach, who was 4 for 4, and Nurk, who struggled tonight, but is always a threat to pass or shoot or whatever. And then we didn't have our guards tonight, but the guards who did start were both played well. So I just feel like it's just taken away development from some of those other guys. I wish in these type of situations, and that's the other problem with being so shorthanded and only having 13 guys. You have a few people out tonight, and all of a sudden you have to play guys like Melo and stuff like that instead of just sitting him and letting some other players learn some stuff. And
yeah, I 100% agree with your question.
And that's not even like blaming Melo either. Like, it's not necessarily his fault. I mean, coach is putting him in those positions, so I don't even know if it's necessarily Melo's fault, because we know how he's going to play, but coach still puts him in the position to seemingly play that way. And we saw tonight, at times when we moved the ball on offense, the offense looked really sharp, and then we had plenty of other possessions where we didn't pass at all, and then you see what happens, and we really struggle. And for some reason, we can't get many offensive rebounds when we have big lineups in there. It just doesn't make sense. But if Melo was like more of a threat to pass out of some of his isolations, it would be so much better. That's obviously not going to happen at this point of his career, but I just wish he was a little more willing of a passer.
Yeah, same.
I feel like it's the complete opposite as when we talked about Ant being better suited with like the better players. I feel like Melo is better to just play with scrubs, and you could just be like, here, we all suck, you take the ball.
Yeah. I mean, I still.
But then we'll get all these DMs on Twitter and stuff saying like, oh, how could you hate Melo? He's the best defender of all time. And
yeah, I don't know. Like, slumming up was not going to fix his defensive issues. And honestly, like, the whole team is a defensive issue. So it's not even like he, like, really stands out to me. It's just like the whole damn defense cannot guard the three-point line. And that's what we saw all season. And it's not going to get fixed by going bigger. Like, it's just, that's common sense. You know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't have to explain that to people.
Right.
Like, if people watch basketball, that's like common sense. If you go bigger and slower, it's going to be harder to guard the perimeter. It's going to be harder to guard the three-point line. Guys are going to attack off the dribble easier, and that's going to collapse the defense and open up wide open kickouts. And then if guys are slower, they're not going to rotate out in time, and that's how stuff. Like, of course, that's just a recipe for more and more threes. When we were smaller and quicker, we still had a huge problem giving up threes. Like, that's the thing. You got these damn media people that don't put 2 and 2 together like that, right? They're like, oh, they assume that getting Collins and Nurkic back are just going to solve all our defensive issues, when our biggest defensive issues aren't the type of issues that get solved by having good defensive bigs, right? It's perimeter issues. It's giving up too many threes, not rotating out to the three-point line correctly, not rotating out quick enough. When you rotate out, not closing out properly where you take away the three and the drive, Sometimes we don't close out far enough, give up a three, or we close out too far and too hard and give up a drive, which collapses the defense, opens up more threes, right? It's transition defense, picking up ball in transition, getting back properly, communicating, all this stuff is not fixed by just having bigs back, right? But the thing is, you won't ever hear any of these damn media guys that have the ear of Blazer fans. You'll never hear them go in depth on what specific issues are facing us and how they could potentially be solved, right? All season it's just been, we're struggling on defense because we don't have Nurkic and Collins. They're our best two defenders, right? So when we get them back, we'll be a lot better. I don't think that's the case. And I know it's just a scrimmage, but like we've seen during these scrimmages, man, this defense is not better, at least in these scrimmages. And I have no reason to believe that it will be better, just because those issues that we've faced all season are still here, even with Nurkic and Collins on the court, and they're not the type of issues to be fixed by having those two back.
And you saw tonight, I mean, Oklahoma City isn't a great three-point shooting team, and we gave up 20 out of 40. They made 50% shooting. That you're going to lose every game if that happens.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to be relying on 125 points per game from our offense in order to win.
So we said this when we found out Collins was going to be back. We had a feeling they were going to try to say Melo is going to move to the 3. So before he was even named the starter, we told everyone that this would happen, right? And that's when we got all the Melo haters. And then when he was announced as the starters, we told everyone. I have a thread on Twitter which explained how we were actually 13th in the league in paint defense this year. And we were, I forget what it was, like 4th or 5th or something in 2-point field goal percentage for opposing teams this year. And that means that inside the perimeter has not been a problem at all for us this year. Despite us having one of the worst defenses in the league, our inside defense has actually been pretty solid. And what's been horrendous is our 3-point and perimeter defense. And the bigger you play, the worse that's going to get. So the smaller and quicker you play, the more you can kind of combat that if guys know how to do that properly. But the problem is we play Melo at the 3, and we talked about this as well, how in our specific lineup, we need our small forward to be able to guard the best perimeter player. And if we do not have that advantage, and that's why Trent should be starting, but who the hell is going to guard James Harden in our second game? Who's going to guard John Morant in our first game? Like, we don't have those options. And what's going to happen is they're going to penetrate and get into the bigs in our defense, and then he's going to kick out the shooters, or he's going to lob it up to to JJJ and all those kind of guys. And Brandon Clark will feed off that. We just don't have any course of action to defend those guys. And if we don't have a guy that can even stay in front of him a little bit, I'm just worried about what's going to happen. And it's just so disheartening that we can see what's going to happen before it even happens, but no, anyone involved with the Blazers can't seem to notice that or don't think it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, it's just like, if they don't see it, fine. Don't call me an idiot on Twitter when you're just making surface level takes, and that's like your job is just to make surface level takes on the radio. You know what I mean? Like, I still give Chad shit for that. I gave Chad shit for that today, right? Because he tweeted out something like, Nurkic and Collins look good, but defensive issues still exist. And I'm like, that's what I've been trying to tell you all season long. Like, and you called me an idiot for saying that Nurkic and Collins coming back are not going to solve all our defensive issues, and that we have defensive issues that aren't due to injury, right? And he called me an idiot for that, and it's just injuries. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, like, honestly, not to be too cocky or anything, but we've been right on our defense all year long. I feel like we have been spot on with our analysis of the defense. We have, like, especially compared to all other sorts of media, right? You can look at, you can start with podcasts, you could go to the radio, you can go to the Blazers Outsiders post-game show, you can go to any of these guys, right? I feel like our analysis has been the most spot on, right? So it's just funny how, like, I'm not throwing out personal names. I'm not calling anybody an idiot. I'm not doing that type of thing with any of these guys. They were the ones that called me. I've never called Chad an idiot. I've maybe called him a clown once. You know what I mean? But, like, he called me all sorts of stuff. Like, I don't know, man. Not to turn this into, like, a ranting about media, which I haven't done that in a while, so props to me, right? I deserve to do it every once in a while because of all the stuff that's happened, right? So this is my venting on it for the month, I guess. It's just we are seeing what we predicted all year, that we have defensive issues that aren't due to injuries, and the presence of Nurkic and Collins it's not just going to fix our defense. And we're seeing that right now.
Nate, Trevin says Nate, man, always cool at least.
I love Nate. I love Nate. I wasn't counting him in that. Okay, Nate, I respect Nate more than anybody else that covers the team. 100%.
You know what's hilarious about Nate, though?
What?
He had that, I don't know if it was a post or an article on Blazers Edge or whatever, but something about, like, he was trying to, like, justify playing Melo and Whiteside and Nurk together. And then, like, a day later, he was like, I thought about it. No, never mind. It's not going to work. Like, he was trying so hard to like think of ways like, oh, well, if they just do this, and if they run their offense this way, and if they do that, then
yeah. Just trying to put a positive spin on it and trying to like be optimistic, which I get. You know, I mean, that's the thing with a lot of these platforms. That's how they operate. You know,
Yeah.
people cry at me for being too negative. I just call it like I see it, right? I'm not going to try and put a positive spin on something if I don't think it's going to work out. I'm just going to say I don't think it's going to work out. If I think something's going to work out, I'm going to say I think it's going to work out. Like, I don't try and put any sort of spin. That's why I get so annoyed when you have people on Twitter like, bro, you've been negative lately. Why are you being why are you mad? Like, I ain't even mad. I'm just calling it how I see it. All right. I'm not going to try and spin anything any sort of way, you know? So like, I get it. I get it from Nate's standpoint because he writes for Blazers Edge, right? He doesn't own the company, you know what I mean? And, you know, he's trying to look at it in an optimistic way. That's respect that, you know? But the thing is, he still ended up calling it how he saw it, you know? And he's knowledgeable enough to, you know, break down the game that way. And he came to that conclusion. And so that's the thing. Like, you can try and be optimistic, but don't completely sell out to it, you know? Still have your opinions, you know? Still be willing to criticize things.
And the other thing is, too, I don't want to go against what the team is doing. I'm just saying what I think would be best for the team, and I'm frustrated that they're not. I mean, to me, it seems so obvious that Trent should be starting at the 3, Zach at the 4, and Nurk at the 5. Like, just watching these 3 scrimmages, like, I don't know how you could not watch them and see that. Mm-hmm. But that's not what's going to happen. So, like, I'm just so frustrated, and that's why, like, it seems negative because, like, it's not like we're just, like, after the fact being like, oh, see, but, like, Melo didn't work out. Like, no, we've been saying this for months that he can't play the 3. Like, people have been trying to say, like, oh, well, he played small forward his whole career. He can play the 3. Like, that's fine, but not in this particular situation. Not with Dame and CJ as our guards. Yep. It's just not going to work out having a small forward that also cannot guard a great perimeter defense.
It would be a little better if he was like playing for the New Orleans Pelicans and was their starting 3 and had like Lonzo and Drew in the backcourt.
Exactly, yeah, because you could put Drew on like Harden and then hide Melo somewhere else, but we can't hide Melo, Dame, or CJ. So like I don't know what's going to happen, but and then the problem is too, like when we have the 2 bigs in the lineup, they can exploit that too. So like there's way too many things for the offense to exploit with our defense, and you can't plug all these holes at once. Like if you have 1 or 2 bad defenders with 3 good defenders, you can plug holes and just kind of try to force the offense to play into your strengths. But when there's so many holes, or like you have a bad defender everywhere along the perimeter, then your whole perimeter is just gushing and you can't stop the flow from them scoring at will, you know.
It's gushing and you can't stop the flow. That's peak grade A analysis from Eric Brandt. I mean, honestly, that's not even a bad way to describe it. That's what's sad about it. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. You know, in the Memphis game, hopefully they can hold a team under 50% from 3. It's just like 3 scrimmages. It's the same exact defensive issues. And the one argument that I hate right now is, you guys are overreacting. It's just a scrimmage, you know? It's just a scrimmage. It's an issue that we've seen all season long. And it's not just going to magically fix itself when the games count. It's not like these guys, like, aren't trying at all. Right? Like, these guys are trying, for the most part. And it's an issue we've had all season. And as we've said before, it's not, you know, the bigs coming back aren't going to fix these issues. So it's like, it's a reflection of the season in the past and its issues that I fully expect, if we're seeing them now, it's going to continue during this restart. So I'm not just reacting to a scrimmage, I'm reacting to the whole entire state of the team overall, and what I'm seeing is making me very, very worried for the 8-game restart. Because you start up with Memphis, right? Memphis is the type of team that, like, if they shoot the 3 ball well, they're probably going to beat you. Like, they're not the best 3-point shooting team. Like, they're kind of like a slashing team. You got like Kyle Anderson, John Morant is a bit of a slasher. Justice Winslow would have fit into that, but he's out. They got good bigs. You got Clark, you got Valanciunas, you got Jaren Jackson Jr. who does shoot threes too, but they're more of like a kind of like a slashing type of team in my opinion. Not a bad 3-point shooting.
Shooting threes sometimes now.
Yeah. But like I wouldn't say they're a great 3-point shooting team, but if they shoot the 3-ball well because we give them just open looks because we suck at guarding the 3-point line, I don't see how we're going to beat them in the first game because that's not a strength of theirs. So if they shoot the 3-ball well combined to their other strengths, slashing, attacking, that type of thing, it's going to be hard to beat them. And if we lose that game, we're 5.5 back, right? 4.5 back. We're 4.5 back. We're at that point we'd be out of the playing game, and New Orleans would probably be ahead of us because they have such an easy schedule. I don't know who they play game 1, but I think
they play Utah the night before, so we'll know going into that game.
You know what I mean? Like we're starting off on the wrong foot with a hard schedule. You know what I mean? Like this is a game we pretty much need to win. If we do win, we're 2.5 games back. We might be able to catch Memphis. It's a huge game. It's a huge swing. It's either 2.5 back or 4.5 back. That's a big difference. But we got to take care of this game. And going into it, it's like, I don't like what I'm seeing, man.
Hamza says Tolliver's going to drop 20 on us.
Oh, yeah, he's on Memphis. Well, I mean, honestly, we're like the one team he could drop 20 on because of how many open threes we give up. So
yeah. I feel like this is about as much of a must-win game as you can get without it technically being a must-win game. But, like, we have to have this game.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it more on Thursday, but, yeah, we have to win that game.
Yeah, because we got a stream on Thursday. I'm putting together a graphic for our streaming schedule, but I've come up with our streaming schedule. Should I just go over it right now, or?
Sure, yeah. So basically, other than tomorrow and Saturday, I think we're streaming every day the next couple weeks.
Yeah, which is kind of like how it was before, because we were streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday for what we used to call the podcast, which is now basically Blazers Uprise Live. And then we'd have post-game shows, right? So if we played Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, we'd stream every day. So it's kind of like how it was before. But here we go. I'm just going to go over this with you guys out loud. I will have like a cool graphic showcasing the schedule, but on Thursday we'll have Blazers Uprise Live. Okay, we'll go over the Pelicans game because that's going to be an important game, right? We will have picks against the spread, so we'll be kind of back to what our podcasts were, right? We'll also preview Friday's Portland versus Memphis game and maybe go in depth on that. Then Friday 1 p.m. is Portland versus Memphis. 3:30 in the afternoon we'll have the post game show. That'll be on the main channel, right? The Blazers Uprise Live, like what used to be the podcasts, are going to be on this channel, on the streaming channel, on Blazers Uprise Live. The post-game shows are going to be on the main channel. So that's where we're doing that. So that's Friday. Saturday is off. Sunday, 12:30 p.m. This is all Pacific time. We have Portland versus Boston. Then 3, we'll have the Blazers Uprise post-game show. Monday, no game, 9:45. We'll have Blazers Uprise Live, picks against the spread, and part of the reason why we're doing the podcast at night instead of in the middle of the day is because there are games all day, so it's impossible to do picks against the spread in the middle of the day with half the games already being played. So we're doing them picks against the spread the night before. So basically these streams are going to stay at the same time they normally are, 9:45, kind of what we've been doing. So Monday you got Blazers Uprise Live 9:45 p.m. Tuesday you got Portland versus Houston at 6 p.m. Post-game show at 8:30 p.m. and I figured we'd do a Blazers Uprise Live around 10 since it's a late game. We'd already be streaming anyway. Maybe just go long on that night. Wednesday, 9:45, Blazers Uprise Live.
It's in Discord, Westbrook. You can look it up there.
I'm just going over it briefly with you guys. Just kind of what the gist of it will be. Thursday, we want to have a watch party game, and I'll go over that more in the future. That's 5 p.m. Portland versus Denver. That's kind of what I want to do a watch party game for. Thing is, I'll actually be able to connect my computer. I'll actually take my computer into a different room and probably be able to connect it with Ethernet. I forget, whatever. Basically, we'll have post-game shows after every game. Friday, we'll have Blazers Uprise Live. Saturday, Portland vs. Clippers with the post-game show. Sunday, Portland vs. Philadelphia with the post-game show. Monday, Blazers Uprise Live. Tuesday, Portland vs. Dallas with the post-game show. Wednesday, Blazers Uprise Live. Then Thursday, that's the 8th game. That's Portland vs. Brooklyn. It's to be determined, so we don't know the exact time yet. But that's basically the schedule. That's basically what we're going to be doing. So that's streaming every single day except for Saturday, starting on Thursday.
And then hopefully we have some playing games to talk about.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about that? Like, you guys like that? You guys like that stream schedule? I think it's kind of the opposite of what we were doing before.
So, question for you.
Yeah.
Were we going to try to pick every game?
What do you mean?
There's 2 games on Thursday that we won't have a stream between now and then. If you want to,
we could do like a Twitter thing. We could do like a Twitter thing. Like, we could make our picks and then I could post on Twitter, like, vote for, either.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, doing a stream, Because we don't have the lines for those games yet, do we?
I got them right here. But we don't know who's all going to be available. Obviously, Lou Williams put his season in jeopardy by going to a strip club. So
yeah.
he's not playing. I think Montrezl Harrell is out for the Clippers as well, and Beverly, I don't know if he's back yet or not.
Do you want to post those polls, or do you want to post one and I'll post one, or do you want me to post both? You can send me. We
gotta get a channel Twitter back.
Dude, I don't think it's possible, man.
I mean, we need to keep harassing Twitter, or if that's not going to work, we just need to start a new.
Yeah, I just want that handle back, It's like, I don't know, man. I wish there was a way to call them. Because dealing with them with email is brutal. It's like, they're literally, not listening to me.
You gotta keep on it.
Because I'd love to be able to just post a poll on Blazers Uprise Twitter. It would make so much sense.
Yeah.
But I don't have access to that account because I changed my number. Apparently, my email got detached from it, so I have no way of getting back into the account because I forgot the password too, and then I tried to reset it, and I don't know, it's just a whole mess. So that's how I lost it, Destrom. It's rough. Get Clays to hack Twitter and get your shit back. Call him, man. Call him. I'm willing to resort to anything at this point to get that account back. But yeah, we'll tweet something out. Just because it's the first couple games. I didn't plan on doing it like picks against the spread every night.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to. I just thought it'd be.
We could do it on but the post-game streams are in the middle of the day, and I'd want to have graphics. We will have. Let me look at it. here. We will do picks against the spread on stream.
For all the games Friday.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 times.
Okay.
No, 8 times. 8 times. Yeah.
It's a pretty good amount.
Yeah, that's a pretty good amount. We're talking about a schedule that consists of 15 days, so that's half the days. And we can maybe do almost post-game shows or whatnot, but I want to do the graphics for them, and that's, take some time, so get the graphics back. That's how we will really know we're back, is when I'm creating those damn graphics and you're tweeting me the spreads the night before, and that'll be fun. Shoot, though. That's the thing. I plan on working honestly, the next 2 weeks between 11 a.m. and midnight. I plan on either doing one of 3 things: working, watching a Blazer game, or streaming between 11 a.m. and midnight for the next 2 weeks. That is my schedule. So it is going to be hard to find the time. I might need to keep a laptop in my car for when I'm between orders and waiting for one to work on those. I don't know. But yeah. So life's hectic. I will stream with the door open too. Or I'll stream with the door closed, and then if we ever get lag, then I'll open the door. Because honestly, I think having the door open helps. I like having it closed. I like being in my little box with, having it closed.
We're guessing what your password is.
Mellow sucks. I think I changed the password so that I could give you access to it, Eric. Or else it would have been my OG password.
Yeah.
Because not that anymore, and I don't know what I changed it to. And I think I reset it to the point where I don't even know. Hate Warzone. That's probably it. I hate Warzone's file size, bro. Honestly, I wouldn't even play it much. I don't know. I barely have time to play what I'd like normally play anyway. And you guys know I'm a Rocket League fiend, so. What's my OG password? Yeah, I'm just gonna hand that out, Destro. My OG password. Come on, man. React to my jump shot. Oh, he sent me. Okay, let's do that. Why not? He sent me a Twitter video. Let's react to his jump shot. You better not be doing straight up. You better not be shooting straight up. For those of you who don't know, we have people. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Destrom wanted us to look at his form, his shooting form, give him feedback. He posted a clip in our Discord, and he was shooting the ball straight up. Since when do you shoot at a basket straight up? That's not gonna be your actual form. You gotta shoot it forward at least. But Scalabrini, bro, your video's sideways, man. Your video's sideways. I can't play it. Your video's sideways. Damn, that's an L, man. Never mind.
Yeah, Eric Gordon got hurt tonight. Looks like a foot or ankle injury.
A week or two. What do you want me to do, bro? Shoot it against the garage or something. I don't know. Shoot it up onto the roof. Shoot it up onto the roof. It rolls back.
The house looked way higher than 10 feet. Just shoot it against the side of it and then let it bounce off.
Yeah, come on, Destrom. Yeah, so Eric Gordon out 1 to 2 weeks, I think, something like that. It was nice that we didn't have any major injuries from any of these scrimmages. Because that's definitely a concern.
Someone tried to, I don't know if it was both you and me, responding to a tweet, but said that Dame was out for the entire restart with plantar fasciitis or something. Just some response on some.
That would be, ridiculous. How would he even have plantar fasciitis after not playing for so long?
Well, it's possible. I think that's what Sabonis has, right?
I don't know what he has.
But he would play through it. I mean, it's painful, but you could play through it.
Yeah.
It would affect your play, but I don't see any way
I had it
sitting out until we're mathematically eliminated.
I had it for the longest time until recently. I don't know. It just slowly went away, but I had it for months. Even after I stopped playing basketball, even after this pandemic happened, so.
Yeah, I have it too. I had a few years ago. I got inserts, custom ones, and ever since it's been pretty good. It still hurts, but I can play with it.
Yeah. This is how I'm streaming it from now on. I'm tired of sitting, to be honest.
But so a minute ago we were talking about the 3-point shooting. And so you mentioned a team like Memphis, and 503 for the fans had that post saying half the teams they're playing suck at shooting threes. And both you and Trevin, shout out to Trevin there, responded it doesn't matter if they're bad at threes. If we're giving up wide open threes, those teams are going to become good 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
And his thing was well, they're not just going to change how they are and become good 3-point shooting teams. BS. Look at tonight. This is a perfect example of why that's not the case. You cannot have bad 3-point defense even against bad 3-point shooting teams.
It's a simple train of thought here, right? If you have bad 3-point defense, you give up better than average looks to the other team, right? If you're playing against a poor 3-point shooting team that gets better looks than they usually do, they will be a better 3-point shooting team. Instead of being a poor 3-point shooting team, they might be average or they might be good. Maybe they're poor, but they're kind of streaky, where if they get good looks, they become hot and become a good 3-point shooting team. Look at a guy like Kyle Kuzma, for example. He's not a good 3-point shooter, but every now and then he gets hot and will hit 3 in a row. He did it in one of the scrimmages. There's players like that. And you let them go off if you give them good looks. Good wide open looks, even though they're not great 3-point shooters. So that's the whole thing, is the fact that we don't play good 3-point shooting teams does not make me any more comfortable with our 3-point defense. Um,
Westbrook said he sent you better footage on Discord. I don't know if he got it and fixed it or something, but
you didn't message me, bro.
maybe it's on the connection.
Do I gotta search and find it? Man, Westbrook's just trolling me. I don't see nothing.
Oh, he is trolling. He put top 10 Brian Scalabrine career plays.
Oh, I saw a clip. I didn't even read it though.
That's funny.
That's props. Props for that one.
That's funny.
He gave me a timestamp too. Yeah, plantar fasciitis like doesn't sound like something that's like that bad, but it's annoying as hell. It's so annoying.
So if you can imagine so I had plantar fasciitis, so that affects more like the bottom of your foot where the tendons go into your heel, and that's just like inflamed and super painful. And then I also had the Achilles injury on the same foot, so like both the back of my heel and the bottom of my heel was like super painful every time I moved or ran and something. It was really bad.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't recommend that. Yeah.
Nope. Don't get plantar fasciitis. Damn, man. So about this stream, right? I was gonna be in such a groove just coming onto the stream and talking basketball, and the lag so scramble brain, maybe so scrambled like.
Especially since we didn't get to after last game.
I know, I was ready to go, bro, and it just messed up my train of thought. Now I can't even get it back. It's just gone. It's just absolutely gone. So I just realized I had plantar fasciitis a few months ago. Yeah, I mean, there's different degrees too. So I played through mine. It was just rough and it hurt. Do you guys plan to do a very late stream? What do you mean, today? I'm probably gonna get off midnight. I'm gonna order some IHOP at 11:20, and it should be here around midnight. I'm gonna DoorDash it. So
in Oregon, all restaurants have to be closed at 10 now, which is so dumb.
Why that time? What?
Apparently, the virus is way worse after 10 o'clock.
Trying to give the virus a curfew.
Yeah, I think it's more just they don't. The more drunk people are, the less inhibitions they have, and the less social distancing they follow.
And they're drinking. Don't curb the business.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
Dude,
it's even drive-thrus, I think.
Drive-thrus closed at 10?
Yeah, I think all restaurants have to be closed.
In Oregon.
Can't serve food, yep.
Bro. That would suck for me. Because I DoorDash to midnight. A lot of nights. So hopefully they don't come up here and start taking away my orders, and I can't get orders past 10.
That would suck too. If you worked at night and needed to, you didn't break up much.
Why drive-thrus? How does that curb somebody's drinking? It's a drive-thru. McDonald's ain't serving alcohol. I mean, maybe drive-thrus are still open, but that would be ridiculous if they're not. The governor of your state, man, seems kind of dim.
Well, they've done that in other places too, but yeah, that one is a head scratcher for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like you might as well just close down bars, but I also feel like she knows if she closes down bars and restaurants again that she'll lose a lot of votes and stuff, so it's more become a political thing everything has nowadays. But yeah. What
were we gonna say?
I was gonna switch it up and get back to basketball so we don't bore people.
Oh yeah, these 15-year-olds don't want to hear about anything relevant to the real world other than basketball.
What was your favorite highlight of the game? Asked Trevin.
When it ended.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. There was really no place that stand out to me.
Mine was probably the Ant dunk, because it was Collins with a nice hustle to get the ball, and then
Yeah.
nice find to Cutting Ant for the dunk. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a good hustle play and then a good feed. Collins' passing is starting to actually like show some flashes in a way. Like that was a nice pass.
um, yeah, I felt like it was good to see Nas, even though he struggled shooting the three, get to handle the block a little bit. I like that action. Um,
I still like the way he moves with the rock. He just needs
yeah,
more. He needs more shot types inside. He's not like creative enough in terms of like the types of shots he gets within 10 feet. You know what I mean? Like he can get to spots, but it's like he doesn't have like I don't know. He gets himself stuck in certain situations. Like he needs to get to the point where he can shoot a shot out of more different situations. And just add to his bag in that regard.
there was also a play. It was Gabriel, I think, and someone else where they like someone passed it to Gabriel and he passed it back to them, and then he passed it back and they got a dunk out of it.
I
Um,
don't even remember. There was definitely some buckets I missed because I was on Twitter.
Jor-
So
Jordan Kent said it was a give and go, a give and go or something. Uh, but yeah,
man, how do you think he's doing? I'm not really a fan, to be honest.
yeah. I mean, it hasn't really bugged me because, to be honest, the last couple of years, I kind of turned down the sound and just write down my notes and do my own analysis and stuff. But like, I'll pay attention if I hear something about like some sort of stats or something they're saying. But for the most part, I don't like to listen much. But I feel like he's a little too happy no matter what's going on. Like he's really positive, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, it's a little too cheery for some of the times when
Yeah,
it's
where
going
the hell
really
is the
bad.
Jordan Kent that was like talking shit to us when he was commentating our 3-on-3 game a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Where the hell's that Jordan Kent, man? Because he wasn't all happy towards us. He was he was on our ass, man. Oh man. He sounds to me he sounds super like not confident. Like he ends so many sentences with an up pitch. Like he like I don't know how to explain it other than give an example. It's like if I talk like this and ended every sentence like this. You see what I mean? Like he ends like so many like it doesn't make you sound confident. You sound confident if you end sentences with a down pitch. Like that's something that I've started doing a lot more of just from YouTube and just listening to myself talk is ending like every statement with a down pitch just because it makes you sound more confident. So that's something like that's like a nitpicky thing. It's just like it sounds weird. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, and I'm probably the only one who notices that just because I'm focused on that with myself. But it bugs me.
What's up, Beavis and Butthead?
I've been waiting since 6 p.m. for this stream. What do you mean? If you were waiting since 6 p.m., you would have been in here before 11:21. Up pitch makes it sound like you're gonna keep talking down pitch signals. Then, well, no, like he'll use an up pitch, and it's like obvious, like he's done with his sentence. Because the thing is, he's not like me. Me, I'll talk for a minute straight. Eric, he'll talk for a minute straight. Because we're going in depth on stuff. A commentator like that is not gonna usually talk more than 5 seconds in a row. You know what I mean? So it just sounds weird. I don't know.
I've also noticed this.
He said you guys need a calendar schedule, bro. I just earlier this stream we went over like a calendar schedule, and I'm releasing one tomorrow. That's just funny because we for this restart I did want to get a calendar schedule. It's just funny that you mentioned that because I just brought it up that we do have one for the restart.
And this is going to be a problem for a lot of because I've watched a few other games where the commentators are doing the same thing. And they're doing play by play like it's radio when we can see it, and it's because they're not there, so they're feeling like they have to commentate on what they're seeing on the TV, but
yeah,
we're not there either. Like we're watching the same thing as them, so like they don't have to make it as play by play. They just need to like analyze and talk about stuff that's going on. I don't need to know like who's dribbling the ball up the court and who's like getting the ball in the post and stuff. Like I know I can see that for myself.
You know what I need to know? What am I gonna get from IHOP? Dude,
what's your go-to?
It's so hard at breakfast. Like, if I go to a restaurant, I'm gonna get a burger and fries. Like, it's easy. Like a place like IHOP, it's so tough because it's like crepes, pancakes, French toast. Like, I don't. All of them sound so good. Like, what do I want, chat? I'm ordering DoorDash right now. Does IHOP have wings? I'm not gonna get wings from IHOP. It's IHOP.
Get like cinnamon French toast and bacon or something.
Ooh, cinnamon French toast sounds good. I feel like I always go French toast
though. Do you?
But like then I'm like, but it still sounds so good, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like a
waffles or something,
bro. Because I swear that's how they look at food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least my ex, that's how she was. She was ridiculous, bro. She was ridiculous. I do not miss that because it would take her like 20 minutes to decide, bro. It was ridiculous. What was going on with the Nuggets broadcast? What? What was that deep sigh? What did that mean?
I don't know. I'm guessing fawning over Michael Porter Jr. scoring 19 points.
Bro, do you agree with me that none of those buckets were impressive?
Yeah, I get your point. I mean, it's still scoring 19 points in 20 minutes is impressive, no matter how easy you're scoring. But
I could score 19 on those shots, bro. I'm just.
Yeah, I'm more worried about what he said today or after the game.
Idiot. I don't like him. I don't like him. I hate the Nuggets, bro. I hate the Nuggets team more than I hate the Thunder's team. I hate Thunder fans much more than I hate Nuggets fans, but I hate the Nuggets team, bro. And honestly, it's not even Jokic. Like, I actually kind of like Jokic. And I like Millsap. But, like, Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, and even Bol Bol, just because he's so freaking overhyped for no reason. Like, guys like that, just Gary Harris, those guys drive me crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. But there's a lot of players on their team I like Plumlee and Vonleh and Barton and Millsap and Jokic. I don't
know. Trevin says they just keep talking loudly about stuff not even going on with the game, and their faces are on the screen. So that's annoying.
Why would their faces be on the screen? So it's like if we did a broadcast.
Is that the ones that have like the Zoom? It looks like a Zoom call on the top of the screen.
I assume so.
Yeah, I remember that from the Bol Bol highlights. Yeah. Malcolm says he goes to Colorado a lot, so they're like his third favorite team. Who's your second favorite team? At the top of their feed, there's like 5 people's faces. Yeah, that would be super annoying. I just want to watch the game. Like, I've heard a lot of people say this, and I completely agree with it. It's like less is more in this situation. Just let people watch the game and comment every once in a while, tell a funny story or something. But they're not even with the team, so they don't even get like a little story about what happened on the bus or it's a lot less in depth in terms of their access right now. So
I'm making my selection.
Bucks are his second favorite team. Well, you got someone to root for if the Blazers bow out, right?
All right, I'm getting French toast and pancakes. I don't even care. I'm hungry.
Nice.
It's a lot of money. I don't even care. The stream triggered me today, so.
You're eating because you're pissed.
I'm angry, bro. I was gonna get Five Guys and they closed too soon.
Dude, one thing that triggered me during the game, was when we had Mario and Whiteside in the game, and them just standing around watching rebounds bounce over their heads because they're not boxing out. That was so aggravating. It's like, you guys still haven't learned to box out. And that's why Collins and Nurk are so much better. Like, Collins doesn't average a lot of rebounds, but he he makes the team overall better rebounding because he clears out his guy, and Nurk is usually the same way. But Nurk is also big enough to go snatch the ball out of the air too. So it's just really frustrating that we don't box out, and it's yeah, everything about our defense is frustrating. But if we actually get a stop and they miss a shot, and I see the ball go up, and then like Hassan and Hazonia, I watched like 4 straight possessions today where the shot went up and they just turned around like
that gets you benching,
and the ball like bounces off, and then like someone just runs in, like one guy out of like we have 4 guys just standing there, and like one guy runs in and grabs it.
That gets you benched in Pee Wee basketball, man. It's ridiculous that NBA players are doing that. And I don't hear Stotts yelling at them when they do it, bro. Like, what the hell, man? Like, I get that you're a player's coach, but yell at them to box out. It's basic shit.
And that's another thing that you've been harping on all season, and people told you that it was injuries and roster flaws, the reason why we can't rebound. And no, it's that we don't box out because like our starters can. We have actually been a good rebounding team in the past when we had good players that box out. But
it's just like we got Collins and Nurkic back, and we don't look any different. Like sure, like we look, you see Nurkic and Collins do stuff, and that's cool. But like as a team overall, I feel like we don't look any different. Like all these issues that we had are still there. Like we don't look different.
Yeah, the only difference is with Zach and Nurk, we have so much more talent on the floor that it can overcome a lot of these things. Because Nurk's like a true difference maker, so like he can overcome a lot of flaws. But yeah, it's going to be rough watching a lot of the same mistakes, and then but we don't have Hood and Ariza. Well, you don't have to play Melo at 3.
If we just had a better coach. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's going to be a bunch of excuses. Honestly, like, I want us to make the playoffs, but it's not a terrible thing if we don't, right? Like, if we could get into the top 4 of the lottery, that would probably be the best case scenario. Like, realistically. We're
not going to, though.
What would be our odds? Like, because if the Pelicans make the playoffs, I think if we miss the playoffs, I feel like the Pelicans would. Like,
it's like 1%.
And then we go up to 13. We go up to 13 if the Pelicans made the playoffs. If the Wizards somehow made the playoffs with how bad Brooklyn is, maybe the Wizards could, we'd go up to 12th. Right? So I feel like most likely if we miss the playoffs, we'd be 13th.
Hey, I suggested that and you said there was no way.
No way what?
That would happen.
I don't remember saying that.
The Wizards. So you have, if we moved up one spot.
I said that's not going to happen. Then I thought about the Nets, and I was like, okay, maybe.
If we move up one spot, it's a 92% chance we're 13th.
And an 8% chance we're top 4.
No, it's actually 2.3% chance that we move down to 14. So that leaves about 5.7% chance.
I'll take a 5% chance, but, as a consolation. Like, I want us to make the playoffs, but, 5% ain't terrible, right? 1 out of 20? Like, who knows? Lakers got lucky last year. Of course, it's because they're the Lakers, probably. But, I don't know. That could be,
But they were, 10th, I think.
They were 12th?
Something like that.
I don't know. But, that's the
thing.
But
they moved up to 4th, yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I just think you can't plan on that. 13 and 14,
you don't. You try and make the playoffs. But honestly, realistically speaking, the result from this season that would give Dame the best chance of ever winning a championship would probably be getting a top 4 pick, right? That'd be a huge difference.
Says they were 11th, but
okay, in between. That'd be a huge difference. I mean,
you're still talking about.
Oh, it's not likely at all.
5% chance.
It's not likely at all. It's not likely at all. That's why.
I would love it.
That's why I'm not gunning for it. If it was likely, I'd be like, you know what? We're probably gonna, it's gonna be really hard in the playoffs anyway. Let's just go get a top 4 pick. But it's not likely. That's why I still want us to make the playoffs. But 5% chance to get a top 4 pick. I don't know. That's not terrible. They flattened the odds and stuff, and who knows? Maybe we get lucky. Most likely we don't. But if we do, that would be a huge that would be probably the best case result of the season.
It's still very unlucky for 14 and 13 to move up, but Yeah.
Oh, I know it's unlikely. I said 5%. Yes, we agree on the odds. Yeah, like, but that would be the best case scenario. That'd be the best case scenario. It's very unlikely, but it's very unlikely. Like, we make a playoff run. Also, the chances we make it out of the first round, I'd say, are probably 5%. Because it's going to be hard to make the playoffs, and it's going to be hard to beat the Lakers. So, I don't know. Which one do you think is more likely?
Um,
We get a top 4 pick, or we beat the Lakers in the first round? We get to the first round and then beat them.
I would say beat the Lakers, but it's close.
Yeah. I think it's more likely we get a top 4 pick than we make the Western Conference Finals again.
I would agree with that if positioning wasn't set up the way it was. Like if we could still possibly move all the way up to 10th or something. But yeah, like we need the Wizards to somehow make the playoffs and
Why
and
did they
then
do
the
it
Pelicans
like that,
to make the
man?
playoffs. Or like we'd have to have like I guess the only it wouldn't really matter if it doesn't matter what team behind us moves up, I guess.
Why do they do it like that? I understand locking in the teams that aren't playing, but the teams that are playing, like, why if the Pelicans pass us up, why is it like, okay, they either make the playoffs or they get the 13th pick and we get the 14th? You know what I mean? If they, like, lose their playing games. Like, if they outplay us during the 8-game restart and have a better record than us, they get the privilege of being able to play into the playoffs, but they also get the privilege of being able to still have a higher lottery pick than us. It literally makes no sense. It actually makes me mad.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
But I mean, that's why Portland voted against it.
God, man. Like, yeah, Portland gets screwed in every aspect. God. Because honestly, if we struggled, bro, the Kings could pass us up. The Spurs are going to suck. But, like, if we play really, really bad, maybe the Kings and the Spurs pass us up, right? 11th? You know, if the Wizards playing 10th? Right? Like, then you're talking about something. You know, then you're talking about some good odds. But
see, it helped us in making the playoffs, but didn't help us if we don't make the playoffs. But yeah.
Yeah. Who's a realistic pick in the second round? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't thought about the draft in months.
What's hard about the draft right now too is, I mean, they extended the date where you can back out, so we don't even know who's staying in the draft yet or what's going to happen. So like I've been trying to make like a list, but like there's so many guys that I don't know where to put on my list because I don't even know if they're going back to school, and then if there's not even a college basketball season, then what's going to happen too? Like, I don't know. It's just there's too many variables right now. It's really hard. I did mention on last stream that I think that it's likely if we keep both picks that one of them is like a draft and stash type guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of those in this draft, but a lot of them are pretty high.
We don't have a lot of those players anymore, at least ones that would still have a path to playing in the NBA. So yeah.
I just feel like Sadiq Bey is like destined to be a Blazer. Like she's just automatically going to become a Blazer.
I would love that.
And you're going to love it, and I'm going to be like, cool. Like, I'm not going to be as hyped as you for that. Like,
yeah, be hyped.
And then he becomes just a mediocre bench player for his whole career. But
yeah, I don't see that. But hey, speaking of the draft and stuff, it's nice to see Mikael Bridges playing well. I've seen a lot of analysts saying that he's destined to break out and stuff.
Troy was loving Sadiq Bey for like 2 days. I wasn't loving Sadiq Bey. But...
Oh no, you were loving him.
No, I like him as a prospect, but I like him as a prospect. I wouldn't be like thrilled. You know what I mean?
You watched like one video and he shot up to like near the top of your ratings.
I had him like 10, like 9 or 10. I still probably have him 9 or 10. To be honest, like I don't know though, because the guy I've really grown on, like I shouldn't say lately because like I haven't paid attention to the draft in the past month, but the guy that was really growing on me was Kira Lewis. Kira Lewis, I think I put in my top 10 because he's quick as shit, and he can shoot. Like, I don't know, he's quick. I didn't realize that he's so quick. I'm a Kira Lewis fan. He wouldn't fit our team, but like, I think he could be a really solid point guard. Isn't that the guy that Ben doesn't like? I feel like Ben just like says he doesn't like guys just to like have an opinion. You know what I mean? Like that's why he like, oh, Solomon Hill has great basketball IQ, and who is he obsessed with? What random player? Oh, O'Shea Brissett or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like Ben just like loves to have opinions. You know, I have never seen. I've heard of Victor, however the hell you say his name, Wembanyama. I've heard of him, but I've never seen him play.
Isn't he still a couple years out?
Yeah, he's in high school. I don't know. I ain't worried about him. I'm just worried about Chet Holmgren. That's it. And Banchero.
I got both Chet Holmgren and Wembanyama.
Yeah. It's too easy to trade for top draft picks. You figure that out, huh?
And Bronny. And,
of course.
Mikey.
Yeah.
And Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
And,
we know you, bro. Of all people, we know you can game 2K, bro. Like, if freaking people's mix can game 2K,
Kazema
you can...
or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have all those guys.
Kazema
or something?
Kazinga?
Kazinga.
Jonathan. I know how to say his name, and you were messing me up because I know you're saying it wrong.
Yeah. I got wings for days.
Kaminga. Yeah, where'd you get the Z from? Jonathan Kaminga, yeah. Where the hell did that Z come from?
I don't know.
Bazinga,
my team's
Jonathan
so good.
Bazinga.
Like, I tanked for like 2 years and then just traded like all my good players for draft picks and then, yeah.
Boom, YouTube video, and somehow people are entertained by it. I don't get it, but it's Perry Ellis.
But see,
out yet.
I'm not trying to make it realistic. I was just trying to have fun.
I know.
But, like,
but like for me, like it's so easy. It's not even fun, you know.
Yeah. See, that's why I was saying, like, if you're doing a realistic rebuild, you have to override and like use common sense and be like, oh, Trey Burke for 2 first-round picks, like, oh yeah, I'll take that. And then look how good I rebuilt because I got like the 1st and 2nd pick for Trey Burke.
That should be a GM.
But yeah.
No, freaking mix, man. Yeah, I haven't paid attention to the draft now lately, so I knew you'd like the Perry Ellis comment, Toriello. Yeah, because it was like he was in college for 10 years. Like, it's like, wasn't he only in college for like 5 years? Like, which is like a long time, but like it felt like 10.
Something like that.
Like, that was, I don't know, man. He felt like he was in college for forever.
Scalabrini said he fixed the video.
Sure you did.
Oh, and then
he's probably been trying to do that this whole time, trying to flip the video.
So, Baisley looks a lot better too.
Yeah, well, he looks like he has confidence. The problem is I don't know how to play this on screen because it's either going to be too small or I make it full screen, and it's like that. So that's what you got to figure out next. Send it to me on Discord or something. I don't know. Because, like, I could see, but it's so small on the screen.
Zachary, we know he fixed it like 20 minutes ago, but we can't just drop everything we're doing every time someone makes a comment or wants to play a video on here.
Yeah. This is not Brian Scalabrini upres. I will say this, his form does look good. I'll play it on here for the hell of it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Baisley.
Oh. No. His form looks good. Probably too small for you guys to see, but I mean,
that's not bad.
He'll get that set point up when he gets stronger. Let's see it. Let's see it from. See, he's getting the different camera angles. He knows how to do it. Just a little slow on the wind up there. A little slow on the.
That's good though. That's one of the better ones we've been sent before.
Yeah. You just gotta try and speed it up from here.
Okay, Zachary.
To there. You gotta speed that up a little bit. I think. Just try and make it more fluid. Other than that, I think it's fine. Because you got a good follow through. Your elbow's pretty much in. Got a good set point. Good arc. Yeah, it looks good. I think you're a better shooter than Javo, to be honest, because we haven't seen Javo and he won't show us anything, and you did, so you're more NBA bound than he is. Go tell him I said your jumper is better than his.
Because I can, Zachary. Yeah, that's Russell Westbrook's real name. He tells me, like, man, I have this Russell Westbrook name, and now everyone just calls me Russell Westbrook, but I hate Russell Westbrook, so it like kind of sucks that like everyone knows me as him now. And so I call him by his real name, and he doesn't like that either. And like people are like, who is Zachary?
It's the same people saying, who is Zane?
Yeah.
He ain't even in here anymore. I just call him Westbrick.
Yeah.
Westbrick. Take the Russell out of it. Just call him Westbrick. Or we could call him First Round Exit.
RFREW.
Yeah, that has a ring to it.
High release.
Do we like Devontae Kakuk? K-Cock? However you say it. No matter how you say that name, is going to sound weird. I like his last name. K-Cock. K-Cuck. Cock. Devontae Cutcock. Jeez, thank God this channel isn't monetized. I would have gotten demonetized for that. This video, or this stream would have gotten demonetized for that. Hey man, I'm just trying to say his name, Alex. I'm just trying to say the man's name. I'm like, Eric struggles with pronunciation more than me, so like, give me a break, you know?
There's a Cockburn too. I don't know if he's going to stay in the draft. Same with Devontae. Whatever.
Cock and Cockburn.
Whatever happened to Andre Ingram? He was like a 32 or 34-year-old math teacher, and he got a 10-day contract at the end of a season. But it's not like he was. I mean, he had an awesome game, but like it's not like he was
anywhere close to being an NBA
like a young
player.
star that was gonna go on and play for years.
Well, and he's not. He wasn't even close to being an NBA caliber player. You can have guys that aren't close to NBA caliber players that get hot in a game and do what he did in the game. Like, shoot, if I'm shooting great, I might hit a couple threes. I don't know. Like, if it's literally like lightning strikes for me, you know, I might be able to put up 12 on open shots. Like, you know what I mean? Like, anybody that can kind of play, if it's like the perfect day for them and they get open shots and they can kind of shoot, like, they could put up points. So,
do you guys like Talen Horton-Tucker? I mean, he didn't play this year at all, so yeah. It's hard to know.
He's still super young though.
He's a shooting guard, but he's a little undersized.
This was his second year too, wasn't it?
No, he was in last draft. He was in the 19 draft.
Sure.
Pretty sure.
I swear he was in the...
No, he was like a second round pick last year, I think. Let's see.
Yeah, he was. This year's just so long, it's hard to remember.
It's almost should be, yeah. But yeah, it's kind of hard to know until you actually see someone play in games. I mean, he wasn't bad for a second round pick at the time, but yeah, who knows? We're not falling for that one, Alex Morgan. That was a good try, though.
Huh? Okay.
Don't read the name he said.
Oh. I didn't look hard enough. There's so many like names you can put too.
OG and a new boy.
And a new boy.
That was the best one. That's the
God.
best one. What if he pulled God, I'm blanking on his name. Who was the quarterback? He's on the Chargers now, but he was on the Browns. And like he came out like 10 years into the league and was like, "Oh, you guys have been pronouncing my name wrong all along."
I never heard of that.
Oh,
it
was Tyrod or Tyrod. He said it was Tyrod, but like everyone said Tyrod for like he said like he just never corrected anyone.
Is that Taylor?
Yeah, and then
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah,
Tyrod sounds better, so I'll believe him. That's funny.
But he said it was supposed to be Tyrod or something. That'd be funny if it had a new boy.
It was kind of like that with and his name was And a New Boy.
He's like, you guys have been saying it wrong all the time. It's And a New Boy.
It's kind of like that with Nick Batum, because everybody called him Nicholas, and then it was like, oh, actually, it's Nicola. You actually say it like Nicola Batum, so that everybody started saying Nicola Batum.
That's when, because he used to say like he doesn't like being called Nick.
Yeah.
But that's when everyone started calling him Nick, because they were like, "Oh, well, that's not your name. We're just gonna call you Nick anyway." How many All-Star games will LiAngelo Ball make? I think Tori and I are in complete agreement that will be 100% guaranteed.
Yeah, like I
would bet.
I would have just as much confidence of me making an All-Star game than as LiAngelo Ball. So I honestly think I could beat LiAngelo one-on-one. I'm not even kidding.
If you're talking LaMelo Ball, I mean, that's a little harder, but LiAngelo is definitely 0.
I think the whole family, they'll make 0. Whole family 0. Hot take.
Oh, there's Destro's back. We were just talking about you earlier, and now you're...
Yeah, we were hating on you hard, bro.
No, don't say that. He's sensitive about his name. He wants to be known as High Release or something.
Low. High Release.
No, it was High Release, and then it was like Anthony Season.
Zane Season. He'll say something on Twitter, and I'll respond and say, like, come on, Destro. And I feel like people are just looking at me like I'm retarded. They're like, who the hell is Destro? You're replying to Zane Season, a.k.a. Anthony Season. Who the hell is Destro? I'm like, freaking Destro, man. And then he's like, oh, no, why you care? Like, cuz.
It was Anthony Season at Anthony Season, which is kind of lame. But now he changed it to Zane Season.
Yeah, he can't even take offense to that, because he just took that from NBA Twitter, right? That's not his. Like, I mean, that's like the basic it's player name, season.
Alex, we do hear from Captain every once in a while, but like another one of our regulars, he's probably just bored of us. So.
Yeah. Sad. I miss Captain a lot more than the other one, though. Not even to be that dude. He was being so mean to us today, man. Freaking.
Did Captain was on Twitter the other day.
He works though, like he works. So I mean, he's busy. It's not like he's 15 like the other guy.
Yeah. I feel like if you're in this stream right now, you're pretty much a regular.
Yeah, you're an OG. Beavis has become like a regular. Alex has become a regular. Both Alexes have become regulars. We still got 26 people in here. Who's watching this and not commenting? Say what's up. And
Alex Wolf, I know that's a lie because most of the gentlemen's clubs are not open right now. Because it's out.
Hey, send me a video. I'll play it on stream.
Unless you're someplace that it doesn't...
Send me a video. I'll play it on stream. Oh, and my whole career.
Started screen recording my lecture to stay.
I'm confused by that. I don't remember the Sugar Shack on 52nd. I don't know what 52nd is or where 52nd, because there's 52nd streets everywhere.
Hey, yeah, Ben, now that you're back, Tori said that Kira Lewis was in his top 10 right now.
Yeah. Oh, here comes Ben with an opinion, like always. Somehow Daniel Aturu is more skilled than Jalen Smith. That's what Ben was trying to tell me the other day. Like,
oh, you're...
What?
Uh,
What?
I'm at uni from home.
What are you reading?
He has to check in for attendance. Chris Jesus.
Oh, I see it up there. I mean, okay, uni. Okay, I just heard it weird.
Oh, I think he's like screen recording another, like his lecture that he's supposed to be paying attention to right now.
That's dope. Let's go, man.
Yeah.
That's,
yeah, you're the man.
That's dedication, bro.
Yeah, we
Let's
like
go.
that. But somehow, a guy who was a regular who first said he doesn't even like basketball and has only watched 3 Blazer games this year, called us out for being boring, even though we haven't had basketball to talk about for 4 months. So like what are we really supposed to do to not be boring? And we tried.
Good job, I think.
And I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but like Tori and I both want like everyone here to be a part of the community, and like we feel like we try to interact with you guys more than a lot of other places do. So yeah, it's just kind of frustrating because like it's more so to me it's not about like the basketball, it's about guys like all the people that are in here right now, like coming on and just seeing how you guys are doing and like talking hoops with you guys and just hanging out versus like yeah, just saying,
I'm not
you guys are boring. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm not that wholesome, you know. It's just all about basketball for me. But Eric's the wholesome one, you know. No, I'm just kidding. I love all of you. All you guys are my children, basically. Well, my channels are my children. You guys are like my grandchildren.
Beavis and Butthead says you ostracized me from the community. What are you talking about?
What is honestly, like, I'm good with the vocabulary, but what does ostracize even mean?
Like we removed him, or like?
Okay, that's what I
like,
thought. But like, how did we remove him?
We kicked him out. Do you have like alienate?
He's a burner for like. He's used to be someone
who
else.
Who are you really? Yeah.
Oh.
He does post a lot like AM.
I don't think he's AF.
I know.
Because I never kicked it. Why would they? Yeah.
No, it's not Josu because he was in here a few streams before that whole thing.
And Josu would be being a lot more toxic.
Yeah.
Sadly, I never thought Josu was toxic like that, man. Screw. We've lost some along the way. Rest in peace to all that we've lost. Who have we lost because of this? We've lost.
Well, we lost Clay's and People's Mix.
Yeah.
From banning, and then we lost a few people that are racist, and a few people who are anti-masks.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are just we're done with sports for a while. I needed a break.
If Clay's wasn't in our Discord, he would still be here. That's what sucks. Like, I enjoyed having him in stream. On Discord, it was a completely different story. I mean, like, there's people that have been gone since, like, the post-game streams that'll be back, so...
Yeah. I'm hoping First B Last J comes back.
And what's funny is, like, I've been on the record saying I want to give him, like, his $100 back since I've taken so long for this, and I'd still put out this song. I've been on the record saying that, and it's funny how Joseph was like, bro, I'm going to expose you for stealing. Like, bro. What did Clays do? Like, honestly, I don't even want to get into it. I don't even think I should get into it, honestly. Or do you think I should?
Nah.
Because I've never really
but
explained it to some people, but...
You banned him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was enough.
Part of it was like he threatened to leave Discord a number of times, and I finally banned him from Discord. Like, there's more to it than that, but...
But we did, yeah, if you guys didn't see in, like, comments of previous streams, we did have some people being like, I'm never watching this again. Or, like, how could you say that masks, you should wear masks? It says right on the box that they don't work. And it's like, okay, see you guys. Yeah. If you're like that, I don't care if you watch it. And then we had a bunch of racist people that we don't care about. We don't want them watching the show if they're not gonna at least listen to what people are telling them. But yeah. I wish Clay's had a Twitter. You don't even have a Twitter, Ben, or do you?
He might. I figured Clay's would come back, but I guess he done. I didn't think he'd be like done with the channel. I just thought he'd be done with Discord. Because he freaking threatened to leave Discord 1,000,000 times. Like,
I kept having to fight for him to not.
But, yeah, I gave Destrom a ban hammer for saying I was too negative. How's that for negative?
I think he was joking, but...
Well, now he's not.
Because I gave him the 5-minute ban.
Yeah, we had a good run. So we had like a racist stream, and then we had a little bit of one the next stream, and then we had a political stream, and found out that a bunch of people support a lot of racist things too. And then we had the stream where people were mad that we support wearing masks, and yeah.
You gotta love the comment like after the stream, like just some random guy who I never see comment ever is like, "That's it, I'm done with this channel." It's like, okay.
And then we also got the stick to sports guys, like
yeah,
comments and stuff.
I've missed the goofball streams, man. It's hard to have like the same amount of like. It's hard to have the same goofball streams we used to have. Just I don't know why. It's just like not the same. Why do you think that is? Is it because like everything that's going on in the world and stuff? Like
yeah, it's kind of depressing, but at the same time, like, because if things were back to normal right now, we could be talking crap about how we just met up last weekend and how crappy Trevin was in basketball and like making fun of him and like planning our next outing and having meetups for the games and getting to know people better and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I talked about this last stream, but it's kind of what's cool about like playing video games with people is like at least you can kind of get to know someone and feel like you're hanging out and talk a little bit. I'm just joking, Trevin. I picked on you because you suck. You said you suck at basketball. So.
Part of it is like
the one where you're scared by a bug. That was hilarious.
That wasn't a goofball stream. That was a scared for my life stream.
The funniest part about that was you were talking earlier in that stream about how like if a girl saw your channel and you were acting all smooth on air, and then you like freaked out with the bug.
Oh yeah, I mean we still have good moments. Part of it is like I'm not comfortable here anymore. Like that's part of it. Like I don't know. Like I don't feel like before I get into it, I'd be like so like relaxed and just messing around. And now it's like,
and we don't have any basketball like to brag about either. Like winning Rip City 3-on-3 or yeah.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It does make sense.
Oh yeah, the Zacho stuff. You played like advice line.
Part of it is we don't have like Cap'n in here. We don't have like I don't know, some of the Cap'n gets us going,
Corey must hate it when his girl asks him to catch bugs for her. I don't have a girl no more, man. So I have to catch my own bugs. I used to have her catch the bugs for me, man, because I don't want to catch no bugs. But now I have to catch my own bugs. It's a tough life. It's a tough life.
Fireball Plus says I didn't do anything. What is that about?
I don't.
Oh, is that Destrom? I think that's one of Destrom's burners. He banned you because you said that Tori's too negative.
Yeah, and then I banned High Release because anytime I ever see a username of High Release in this chat, I will automatically ban it. Like, no questions asked. Like, it could say I'm, like, God and the best person to ever live. I'll still ban it. Like, no question.
Yeah, that's true, Trevin. Yeah, Cap'n, Dame Dollar, and Zacho all kind of...
But then
their sarcasm kind of lightens the mood a lot, but...
yeah. And the burners. Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, all the...
I don't know.
I found out today that Leo is Terry's thoughts in here.
Is he?
At least
oh,
he
yeah,
said
I
he
saw him
was.
say that.
And then Dame Dollar tried to claim he was Mario Hazonia, even though I know who Mario Hazonia is.
Who's Mario Hazonia?
Dante Nero or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's like his main account now.
Now we got Caleb in here.
That's Destrom.
I know you already told me, Leo, but I had forgotten.
Caleb, you're not even on the team anymore, so ban. Well, you're not, like, with the team, so... Jeez, I could say I haven't been able to ban anybody in a while. It feels good. I feel like more powerful than I felt in a long time.
I'm not snitching on people, Beavis and Butthead. They actually said that today.
They snitched themselves out.
Yeah, like I'm not saying anything that's
Eric ain't no snitch, man. Eric ain't no snitch. Shit. Please, I ain't banning you, Westbrook. I'm never banning you, bro. Sorry.
I just want to tell Caleb, thank you for the opportunity to replace you with a better player. I'm sad that the Blazers didn't actually explore that avenue, but yeah, it was nice of you to like opt out so the Blazers could possibly be better. But yeah,
there's no way he ever plays an NBA game again. There's no way.
He'll get a chance probably, but
Rap Mechanic. What the hell was Rap Mechanic, Destrom? What the hell? I want to keep banning your burners just to see how many more random burners come out of the woodworks from you.
Why do people have so many burners? Like,
that
just seems like way too much to like keep it.
So he has a burner named Rap Mechanic. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, I
get frustrated when like my work Gmail or Google is logged into YouTube and I have to switch it to my regular one. Like I can't imagine having like 10 different ones I have to switch between every time I want to comment.
Yeah. My IHOP is arriving in 3 to 5 minutes. Which means that's when we'll get off the stream in a second. Or I could eat it on stream. But Eric said he only wanted to stream till midnight. So.
I got a long day tomorrow.
We'll see if she drops it if she puts it in the right spot. Because I got DoorDash earlier today. I said put it at the bottom of the stairs because this house has like a second story front door, and like stairs going up to it. He put it up on the porch at the top of the stairs. It's like, bro, I said put it at the bottom of the stairs. So we'll see if she gets it right because I said put it at the bottom of the stairs. Which I wouldn't mess up those instructions. So I don't get it.
Not everyone can be the best at everything, Tori. Like you.
Nope.
Hey, Dionysus, what's up, man?
That's random. Past midnight. Oh, here's Dionysus. What's up? If you want to switch out nachos for IHOP, I'm down. I totally would, but Eric wants to get off. Because pancakes won't be as obnoxious. And it's past midnight, so it's perfect time. Or Eric can get off and I can keep streaming.
Hey, I have a bone to pick with Dionysus since he's here.
Oh, what's up? What'd he do?
He like unfollowed me on Twitter or something.
Your takes just aren't good enough, man.
I know. I went through He says, "Oh, what?" I figured it was an accident or something. Uh, but yeah, so I every once in a while I'll just go through and like, because you get wrong. I like I follow people back. Oh, his account
Yeah.
got suspended. Okay. I
Well, you
usually
have to
follow,
check. Yeah, you have to check if it has like 0 followers and.
yeah, but like all the main guys from here that I know what your Twitter is. Um, like I like to follow you guys, and I like that you guys follow me back and stuff. But like, I checked and is like he doesn't follow you, and like I was following him still, and I'm like, what the heck, man? Thanks a lot. I was like, oh man, I hope you were on one of those like threads and were racist and did unfollow me because you.
Oh yeah, that would have been bad. That would have been bad. If he has
But
no idea what
I'm
you're
glad
talking
to see
about,
that's
he's gonna be
not-
very confused.
Yeah. Especially since he missed the conversation for like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. They think it's a spam account. That's weird. You have some weird sounding name though. I'm curious about like where that name came from. You got your sweater? Let's go. Dope.
Nice, nice.
Does it fit good? What do you think of it? Like,
Where's mine?
it's should be coming. I can check right now. I'll check right now for you. What'd you think of like the sweater? Is it like better material than you thought? Worse material than you thought? Like, I want honest feedback, Dionysus. It can be negative. It can be positive.
It's dope, yeah, and super soft.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's dope to hear because that's what I thought. I was surprised when I got mine.
Trevin
How
says
soft
he's
it was.
addicted to Twitter. You are addicted to Twitter.
Yeah. Asking random polls to a bunch of Blazer fans about Blazers players versus other players, which seems kind of pointless.
You know what's funny to me? Like, you know how we talked about Javo, how he's been talking crap to me like, how did this post get so many likes when you only have 300 followers or whatever?
Yeah.
And it's like, and then he had like 7 likes on a post, and he was like, yeah, this post got 7 likes, all right. It's like, dude, you have like 2,000 followers or something. Like
7 likes? Come on, man.
But like, it's like, that's how you know, like, all those people are just crap fault. Like, it's not real people following you. It's just people who did follow trains and don't give a crap. They probably muted you the second they followed you or something. And like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Eric, it should have
That's
been.
I don't care how many followers I have. I mean, I hope you guys want to follow me, but yeah.
You haven't gotten your merch yet?
Unless it came like in the last 2 days.
It said it delivered on July 18th.
I have not gotten it. I can check.
So,
How does it come?
just in a flat
Like a
package.
like USPS or
Yeah, USPS. I'm gonna copy and paste your address into the Discord thread. Just the address that the print provider has on file. Let me know if it's right.
okay.
I'm not gonna say it on air. You're gonna have fanboys show up at your house.
Yep, that's right.
I don't know, man, because it said deliver. It says delivered Saturday, July 18th.
Yeah, that would have been. I definitely gotten the mail since then.
Delivered in at mailbox at 9:59 a.m. on July 18th, 2020.
I'll go check it again.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. But that was like 11 days ago.
I could have had it this whole time. I could have worn it when it was 100 degrees.
Your horn is degrees. Oh, I might have accidentally just put it on the screen.
Yeah, it's all good.
My bad. I accidentally maximized it, bro. Shoot. Whoops. Oh. Nobody gonna do anything. But yikes. That actually is like the worst mistake I've ever made streaming. Oh. Eric hates me now. Shit.
If I get murdered or something, it's on you.
You got a bunch of people that don't even live around here.
It says you can't see all of it anyway.
Can't see all of it. Good. Because I tried to like put in the bomb bar by hitting like the little like line, and I accidentally hit the window.
For a good time, come over to that address. No.
Screen grabbed and posted on Craigslist.
Ashy Larry, can you guys tell me a bedtime story?
That's Alex. That's Alex Wolf.
Oh, okay. How do you know?
Because if you go up, there's another Ashley Larry with like his like picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She actually put it at the bottom of the stairs. Let's go.
Nice.
That's a dub. I'll give her 5 stars. Alright. Well, we're gonna log off here. Eric gotta go to bed. I'm gonna eat some IHOP. Not on stream. And we'll catch you Thursday. I'll come out with that graphic for the streaming schedule tomorrow. You guys should be able to like download the picture, download the schedule, and should be able to stay pretty true to that streaming schedule.
Can you put that on the community tab or?
Yeah, I'll tweet it out. I'll post it on the main channel community tab, all that. So should be able to find it. So that's all we got. Thank you for tuning in. Nice that the lag chilled out. Hopefully that's not a problem. I'll just stream my door open from here on out because I actually think that does affect it. So hopefully we don't have to deal with that in the future. And until next time, that's all we got. As always, peace out. Go Blazers.